Grind my gears. 90s versus today's decades. I don't get paid enough for this job. God damn it. Enjoy. Hi everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Grind My Gears. The grind. What do you guys like? Do you guys like the title? Grind my gears to be bigger and out to be smaller. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm having trouble trying to fix it. I want it to be the same font size, and I'm running out of time, and I can't figure out how to do it. I want the same font size, and I want to get this video uploaded by Wednesday before it hits the clock of strike at 12. So welcome to today's Grind My Gears episode. And today's subject we're going to be focusing on, since I'm a 90s kid, is no other than the 90s. The 90s were cool. Like shows like Cow and Chicken and Rugrats and MTV, the music, lots and lots of great shows like Dexter's Laboratory and lots of cool original Disney movies, and it was just great. It was a fun decade. A very, very fun decade. Rockers, Mother Life. I watched everything on Nickelodeon. And I'm not saying I'm voting on 90s, but we're going to talk about today's. This is what really grinds my gears. 90s versus today's decade. That what really grinds my gears. The 90s had everything great. They got the great video games. They were pretty cool. They got the great TV shows. They're pretty cool. And then you got the freaking stupid TV shows that we have on today. Like Disney Channel's dying. Nickelodeon's dying. Reality TV is dying. It seems like everything seems so fake now these days. You can't even tell what's real. Cartoon Network is dying, MTV is dying, the Fuse channel that used to be great about rock and music is dying, G4 just died, and I also have to point that the early 2000s were really good, until 2006 came and took it over. Most of the music now these days involved like hip-hop, sex, and drugs and everything. And you know, music used to evolve about talking about their lives and talking about making a story or making a poem and talking about their lives, not talking about who's going to bang the next girl. Like, come on. Yeah, the rapper music was actually a little bit more deadly and it had shooting, but it was talking about their life and their thug life. Not what we have today, where we just talk about, I had sex with 10 different women, and now I have HIV because I'm a herpes feminonic. That doesn't even make sense. The 90s were good. The video games, Nintendo 64. You guys see my collection of Nintendo 64 games. The 90s were off the hizzle. Don't even get me wrong. I do like some today's 2000s. Like the movies haven't died. I know a lot of people are saying that they're running out of ideas. But the movies are no different back in the 90s. Except for the kids' movies that come out now these days, which are all cheesy and running out of ideas. And the grown-up movies like Iron Man or teenage movies, or, well, Iron Man would be part of the teenage movie series, but also grown-ups. Those movies are still going on. They're still looking good and fresh, and we got a lot of great actors. You know, I just love the 90s. The TV shows were great. They were not too cheesy. They were very original, and they got things right. You could say I should be sitting here talking about every TV show and every MTV, but I'm putting it in a similar way to make it short. So I don't have to talk about every TV channel and everything about this decade. The 90s were great. Yeah. And I live in a decade full of pain. It's like you want to commit suicide. Well, not me, but those psychopathic, crazy people that cry about it. Like, you know, we used to be so much geniuses about creating cartoons, and Red Wall was one of them. I know a lot of people saying, oh, Red Wall was on the PBS channel. It's so freaking gay. No, PBS has made a lot of great cartoons, even better than what we see today. Yeah, as I know, Disney Channel still has their cartoons. They're still pretty good. They're still very popular, and Disney is still going with their cartoons. Their shows might suck now these days, and their things might suck these days. I don't even watch them. They're bad. I kind of stopped watching Disney Channel after Sweet Life of Zack and Cody went off the air. And I was like, this is gay. And Nickelodeon? Well, their reality TV shows might be better than Disney, but they kind of do suck. Their cartoons, they lost touch. They're running out of ideas. They have to bring cartoons from movies. Like Kung Fu Panda. Awesomeness. Like, what? Comedy Central? Yeah, the Comedy Central 90s were good. But the Comedy Central shows, they're still pretty good. They're still freaking funny. But have you noticed that the shows are getting stupider? Like, come on. To make you want to do dumb things. I don't even see Scrubs as much on anymore. Scrubs was a good TV show. MTV, music, and all this shit. It's like driving me insane, you know? The 90s were great. The video games are great. The TV shows were great. The early 2000s were good. They were not as great, but they were still good. And then this decade. And don't even get me started on the music. I know most of the music is involved with hip-hop and rap and all that, like I said earlier. But what happened to all the alternative music and all that? You know, you still hear that, but you hear more soft rock, more Justin Bieber. You don't even hear of alternative or punk or the type of music like we like to call one of our famous bands like System of a Down, Disturbed, Slipknot, and don't even get me started. Dude, do 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 do, dude. Do 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 do. You got an ambition. Yes. I know that's not part of '90s, but you know what I mean. I don't remember their band name. I'm like, you don't hear much Fall Out Boy. I heard someone say they got back together. You hear much Panic of the Disco, and you know what happened to all great music like that. You get to see more Justin Bieber and Nicki Minaj, and how many times can she say in a tongue twister? She could probably do it. They're okay. Justin Bieber, no. What's wrong with you? Why you still bring into the music business? You know, you're ruining the music forever. You got some good songs. I like the new Justin Bieber, but you know, the old one's got to go. And it is go, but you still got some of the old one inside of you. But you became more of a whore, Justin Bieber. No offense. I think the reason why you broke up with Selena Gomez, I'm not saying you're a whore, I'm just saying it's that someone who's smoking pot and someone who's trying to... I bet you fucked Nicki Minaj in front of Selena Gomez. Seriously. What the fuck? Yes, I know. Everybody hates One Direction as much as Justin Bieber, but I kind of like One Direction. They're pretty cool. I'm actually admitting it. And if you hate me, these two fingers are going to go up your ass. JK. Oh my god. Things just really grind my... I guess about that. Things just really grind my gears. But here's the thing to sum it up, if you didn't catch all my grift. You know, the 90s, they had the best TV shows, the best games, and the best things. And the one thing I've talked about is the video games. You know, the video games now these days are really good. They're probably better than what most video games we've seen in the past, but you know, but you know what I said, the games, the reason why I say the video games are much more better, because they actually much better in the 90s, because they actually focus on the challenge and the leveling and see how hard the game was, instead of focusing on the graphics. It was more focused on the gameplay and the fun of the game instead of the graphics. You know, so many games now these days are so freaking easy to defeat. You know, it's boring. Yeah, they put a challenge to it, but you know, you want to be such a great video game person? How about you play the video games from my past, the 90s, the Nintendo 64, the freaking Sega, the Super Nintendo. God damn it. The reason why I have to say the 90s video games are better, because they focus on hard. You know, now these days video games, they're so easy. It's unbelievable. They're so freaking easy. But, you know, they do pick up a challenge most of the time. They can be hard. And, you know, a lot of people like to focus on graphics. It's not about the graphics, it's about the gameplay. Oh, those have terrible graphics. Yeah, but what really grinds my gears is TV of the day. People just ruin it. Music, and Nicki Minaj, and Justin Bieber's... you know, I still think he's still pretty bad. Even though he got a new look and some new good music, but you know, it's not as great. There's other still great bands, like, and there's good Adele and all that, and there's, like, great music. You know, the TV shows, a lot of the TV shows on TV, like, True TV is a pretty good channel, like, Operation Repo and shit, and they still got some great pawn shop shows, and Storage Wars, and, you know, those are the only interesting things on TV now these days. And for God's sakes, I'm going insane with WWE. Not only that TV is like hiding a lot of sexuality and swears and stuff, but wrestling has turned into TV PG. WWE. It used to be TV 14. You know, lots of kids are learning the swears at the age of 9 or 8. Why the fuck are you still hiding it? Why? You know, our generation actually kind of sucks now. Girls are actually getting fucked at the age of 12. They're getting blowjobs. They're giving blowjobs at the age of in 4th grade and 12 and 5th grade. You know, our generation really sucks, and that's going to be another grind my gears. Is about my generation. You know, we don't need to hide any of this shit because it's too late. You waited this long to hide shit on TV and try to blur it out and try to make everything TV PG. It's not going to work. Even people try doing that with the Wii, an educational family game. For God's sakes. But I'm just saying, the 90s had great TV shows, had great uncensored and things and all that. Music was over the top, and, you know, gotta get ready with those boy bands. And the music actually spoke words and not a bunch of fast words about getting fucked and sex and drugs. I'm talking about you, Kesha, even though I think you're hot. But seriously, god damn it. That's the reason why I think the 90s are better, and the 90s win over today's decades. And the reason I call it today's decades because I'm talking about this decade and last decade. A little bit last decade. Not 2000 to 2005. I'm talking about 2006 to 2010 and 2010 to 2013 at this moment. It seems like ever since Hannah Montana hit TV, boom, everything died. And trust me, the Hannah Montana we know today is became a whore and drunken, and she's still hot, even though how she changes. It's like Lindsay Lohan, but don't get me started. But that's what really grinds my gears. If you guys think the 90s is better, there's a lot of great 90s cartoons like Ab Monsters and shit. 90s were based on cartoons for me, so I don't really... My 90s were video games and cartoons. And the Attitude Era wrestling. So, mostly, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Grind My Gears. I didn't have any questions for this week. So, please, write some questions so you guys can ask me stuff. Ask me questions. Ask me stuff I can say at the end of the video so there's no questions for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys want any more Grind My Gears episodes, or if you guys have anything in store, the White Stripes. That's what I was thinking of. Okay, but... Please, give me some more ideas for Grind My Gears. This has been Grind My Gears with Christopher Slonina. Peace.